We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. Welcome to the Date Podcast, the show for anyone navigating the dating and relationship world. We interview celebrities, talk pop news, discuss dating do's and don'ts, and debate relationship topics. We are available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Please subscribe and review if you like what you hear. Check out our website, datepodcast.com, for more information. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let's get on with the show.
It's Emma.
It's Zorric,
Host of the Date Podcast, and we have another show for you guys this week.
How's your week?
It was good. It was a lot of fun.
What happened?
So right now there's a pop-up bar in Dallas called the bar is always called the Whippersnapper, but right now they've made it to theme of The Office. So right now it's called the
Of course you went.
Yeah, and I did Office trivia last weekend.
Oh my god!
And I got third place. We went from sixth place to third place, and we still didn't get prizes. And I hate losing.
Well, don't you think will it get old for you? The Office will that show ever get old?
No,
because I love The Office.
Yeah.
I loved How I Met Your Mother, but then it just kind of
you have to watch other shows.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I've been really addicted to The Morning Show. I already finished it.
Oh, that's with Steve Carell.
That is with Steve Carell. And it's so weird because I went, like binging The Office because of trivia. And then I saw The Morning Show and he's such a good of an actor.
Uh-huh.
Like it's known he's a bad guy on the show. Well, not a bad guy, but
spoiler alert.
No, because he's fired from before the show even airs.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't watch the trailer?
No.
Okay, well, duh. The trailer even tells you that, so I don't think it's a spoiler if the trailer tells you.
You're a spoiler.
Anyways, but he does such a good job of playing that character that he plays on the show, and that I sort of felt like icky afterwards, and I'm just like, do I like Steve Carell anymore? And then I was like, that's how good of an actor he is.
No,
you're
you love
just
him.
like debating, like, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy?
All right. Good guy, bad guy.
Yes.
King Joffrey. If you saw him on the street.
In real life, or like the actor or the character?
In real life.
Oh yeah, it'd be a bad guy. I'm sorry.
See?
It'd be the same thing with Lena Headey, who plays Cersei Lannister, though.
I can separate that because I feel like I'm not as emotionally invested as probably you are, but
yes.
I mean, a lot of people are.
Yes.
And it's hard to get over that.
Although I think I'd have to do like a second look for the dude that plays King Joffrey, and then be like, okay, you're not King Joffrey. Like, you're not really a bad guy.
Yeah. Who's another bad person?
I was really mad at Will Ferrell and Idris Elba in The Office for replacing Michael and being mean to Michael Scott, which is Steve Carell's character.
Okay. So go ahead. What else do you have about that?
Okay. Oh, that's it. I've been addicted to the show. I need somebody to process the show with me because of how it ended. And luckily, this was also announced before the show aired, so it's not a spoiler either, Zorric. Mm-hmm. There's 2 seasons were slated for the show from the beginning. So when the show was announced, it was announced that there would be 2 seasons. And I didn't know this until I started reading all the articles because I was like, I need more, I need validation. And then it was it was announced. And I was like, okay, so I get another season at least.
Good. So I'll watch it and I'll report back and let you know how I feel about it because, there's so many good actors in that show, right? Steve Carell and there's... Who else?
Jennifer Aniston does an amazing job. Reese Witherspoon kind of cracked me up in the role a lot because she has to play this reporter. And her serious face sometimes looked like she was about to start laughing at any minute. Mm-hmm. And so it was just funny to watch.
Okay.
It was good.
Well, I'll check it out.
Okay.
And we'll see. So what's in the news?
Let's talk about some, I don't know how I feel about this, Zorric. I don't know how you'll feel about this, Zorric. But the OG from the OC is saying goodbye.
Who's the OG? Oh, it's what's her name? Vicky.
Vicky Gunvalson.
Oh my god.
Is leaving the Real Housewives of Orange County
Well, it's
after
about time.
13 years.
That's crazy. But what is she gonna do? Well, she has like a real
She
estate
says
business.
that she's been working on new projects that will be exciting, empowering, and inspirational.
I don't
She
think-
also has a podcast coming out.
Oh, we should listen
It's
to it.
called Whoop It Up with Vicky.
Do you think she is a strong enough character to have her own project, like her own show?
No.
Yeah, I don't think. I think she needs that
needs
drama.
drama.
She needs like someone to pick on. I feel like she was
Yeah.
just picking on people. But she was good. I mean, she's been I think through every long-term relationship I've been in, I've watched that show. I've sat with my girlfriend at the time, had wine, and watched her throughout that 13 years.
Is it your choice to watch the show? I'm not judging.
No,
I would respect it more, actually.
This is what we do. We compromise. So we watch my show, then we watch her show.
And your show is the
I don't know.
Real Housewives of Orange County?
No. Well, I like Atlanta.
Okay.
I like that drama. No, but I like also different kinds of shows. But typically, women don't like my shows. I like blood and guts and gory stuff. Remember Spartacus?
No.
It was on like Cinemax or something, but it was a lot of sex and
Skinemax.
fighting. Yeah, it's so good. Anyways, what else?
So she is leaving. I really think that her, like, the whole Brooks thing, like, really was her downfall. And it's so funny because I know that she wants to forget it. We all want to forget him too. But man, she, like, was wrapped around this dude, and this dude was the worst human in the whole wide world.
He wasn't even that like. I mean,
He wasn't even cute.
Mm,
His teeth were messed up. She had to pay for his teeth. Sorry, like, and it's against him because
Yeah.
he was just a jerk. So someone else is also leaving the Real Housewives of Orange County.
who is it?
Tamara Judge.
Oh, I liked her. She was hot.
I know.
She held up really well.
She is like in her 50s, I think.
Hmm. She reminds me not as good as J-Lo. J-Lo, oh my gosh. Lord have mercy.
So Tamara's leaving too, and I'm so sad. She said that, she is leaving because she said that, like, if her family really wanted her to, like, not be on the show, like, she would stop being on the show. And it sounds kind of like that's what's happening, just like a natural progression of her wanting to be out of it.
Well, 13 years, I think maybe also you're kind of
She
tired
was in it
of
for 12.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. That's over, like...
Yeah, she was right.
Yeah.
Was she one of the original? Was it?
She came on I think she came on season 3.
Yeah.
But Vicky has been on the show since the beginning.
Well, that sucks for her. It
I don't
sucks
know if
for
I'm
the show.
Yeah.
You know? But maybe it's time. It's time to, like, rejuvenate the characters.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of Gina on the show. She just, I think she'd do better in the New York.
I think
She's from New York.
I think they should get, like, guys. Because it's 2020. Hashtag. So,
well,
like...
it's called The Real Housewives.
But a man can be a housewife.
I mean, a house husband.
No, he can be a housewife if he wants to.
Do you want to be a housewife?
I think I do.
Okay.
I'm going to try out.
I'll let Andy Cohen know. Let me
Okay.
drink this bottle of wine and then I'll message
I'll
him
send
on
him a
Instagram.
text.
Okay. So the Super Bowl is coming. And what is the best part of the Super Bowl?
The football.
The commercials.
Obviously.
Thank you. Commercials. Yes.
No.
Right?
No one watches the commercials. It's
I
all
watch
like
the
noise.
commercials.
It's all noise now.
Your face is noise.
No, you know what's noise? It's you buying shit after you watch those commercials.
I never buy anything that.
Well, then what's the point of watching them? They're not funny.
They're funny.
No, they're not.
They're entertaining.
If you want funny-
and then you get to judge them.
If you want
get
funny-
to judge the commercials.
If you want funny, go to the Hyenas Comedy Club. If
You
want
know
funny,
how much I love
go
judging.
to the Dallas Comedy
so
House.
judging makes me happy.
If you want funny,
so judging the commercials.
if you want funny,
fulfills me.
watch I Love Lucy.
Oh gosh,
Go ahead.
it's a funny show. So, in preparation for the Super Bowl, somehow, Mr. Peanut.
I thought you were gonna say penis.
No,
Mr. Penis.
Mr. Peanut. Who
The guy with the monocle.
we've known him, yes, as the mascot for Planters.
Has he died yet?
He died.
What?
He died
No,
in
he
preparation
No, he didn't,
for the
liar.
Super Bowl. Yes, he did.
How does a cartoon die?
Okay, a Twitter account called The Estate of Mr. Peanut said in a tweet on January 22nd, "We're devastated to confirm that Mr. Peanut is gone. He died doing what he did best, having people's back when they needed him the most. Hashtag RI Peanut."
It's ridiculous.
So his funeral.
I wonder if his family, how his family feels about his death.
Can I finish my story?
Do you think he has a prenup with his wife?
So Mr. Peanut's funeral, remember it's preparation for the Super Bowl, will air during the third quarter of the Super Bowl on February 2nd.
Do you think, what kind of coffin is he going to be in? Is it going to be like a, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Like a ring box?
Do you want to know Mr. Peanut's full name?
What is his full name?
Bartholomew Richard Fitzgerald-Smith.
That's not
Smythe.
true. Do you think they just made this up just now?
He was born in 1916.
So he, do the math, Emma. He's 102. Four.
Because it told me right here.
Wait, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Using my fingers, 20. Okay, 4.
Right? Okay. So everyone, was tweeting just their supports for Mr. Peanut.
Do you think he had kids?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find.
I wonder how he had sex with his partner.
Oh, gosh.
And, yeah.
All I know is that apparently he had an estate.
Those kids are going to be so set. And the wife. If I wonder if he cheated on her. Do you think they had a good relationship?
Let's hope. He was always classy, always crunchy, and always cleaned up nicely. We'll miss him, said Mr. Clean.
Oh my God.
Oh, here you go. Here's one for you, Zorric. Sending thoughts and prayers to Mr. Peanut's family, if he has a family. I'm not actually sure.
He's one of those celebrities.
You don't know much
No,
about his personal
he's
life.
one of those celebrities that likes to keep
classy.
his family behind the scenes.
I would dress up as Mr. Peanut for Halloween.
Okay.
I do it.
We should have a Peanut funeral.
I want to have a monocle. They're going to have a funeral. Because apparently in the commercial where he sacrifices himself, it was to save Wesley Snipes and Matt Walsh. So, there you go.
Thanks for that sad fucking news.
But we at least get to have commercials during the Super Bowl, and then we get to be a part of Mr. Peanut's funeral.
I'm not even watching the football, honestly. I'm not even gonna watch, probably.
Oh, I am.
That's ridiculous.
Because again, it's about the commercials.
Okay, have fun.
Oh, I will.
Have fun watching.
And
the
I will
commercials.
talk about them.
Okay, talk about them.
I will.
Talk
and
about
then
them.
you're gonna.
I will
be
play
so
your sound.
Intrigued.
I will play
that
your
you're gonna be
sound.
like, all right, let me watch that commercial. Are you
What?
serious?
What did you say?
Did you just do that on purpose?
What did you say?
You just blocked me out on purpose?
What? Oh, Emma. Okay.
I'm ignoring you.
So today is the day we're going to talk about age groups or age differences. So Emma, what is the oldest? Okay, first of all, this is the first question. What is your age range on Farmers Meets?
Farmers meet farmers?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What is your age range?
Great question.
Because you are obviously 20,
Thank you.
40, what?
What?
20, you're obviously somewhere in your 20s, probably
That's
high 20s.
right.
High. Very high.
Screw you, jerk.
Like at the edge. So what is your
and
your
aren't
age?
you in your late 40s
But I'm
too?
fine.
Oh, okay.
So what is your age range? Is it plus 10, plus minus 10?
No, it's plus 10. I can actually go to probably plus 15. I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
But it's minus 1.
Plus 15 minus 1, that's 14?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you're saying the oldest person you would date is 62?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So after I had a date with a significant person, I was perusing Hulu. I have the Hulu TV, right? And I found this show on the Lifetime channel, which is, I think the Lifetime channel is my favorite network. Tell me why.
Because they always have obscure reality TV shows that are actually really good.
Okay, that's good. What else?
You love murder mysteries based on romance.
What else? That's right.
It's,
Come on.
It's a network that's full of life.
No, because we met Kale
Oh, did we?
through the Lifetime channel, which I think they have the best shows. So this show I found the other day is called Marrying Millions. And you can get it by the name of the show, right? You have two couples, right? And one is older, one is younger sometimes, but there is a big gap in the income,
Okay.
right? Some of them also are the same age as well, but one is very well off and the other one is just barely making it. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I think age is it's always a topic for dating, right? Emma, do you get this all the time? Do you guys talk about this with your friends gaggling about age?
I feel so. It was funny. So Friday, like we had like a lunch meeting, and then our business was over, and then we started talking about like relationships, and two were like married or engaged, and then me and someone else we're not. But they all like somehow started hounding me on my dating relationship.
Ooh. And
it wasn't until like the conversation was over that my anxiety like kicked in, and I was like, I can't breathe. Like my chest was like super tight, and I couldn't do any diaphragm breathing, and I was like panicking, and I was like, why am I panicking? And then I'm like, oh, it's that conversation. I didn't like that. Anyways, so yes, it's a big deal. And then it was funny because you mentioned that, because then I kept getting hounded on like, well, that's something that's not helpful. You're too picky. You need to stop being too picky, which I hate being told.
You're too picky.
Because I don't care. I don't care.
Well, everyone has their type.
Exactly. And I like what I like. And I like when you call me picky, I just want to be like, well, F you.
Yeah, who gives a shit, right? You like what you like. And
F you, because you're single too. So shut up.
Who?
Not you, just in general.
Okay. I am dating.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, so the reason why this is really near and dear to our show, sort of, is that one of the people on this show, not personally, but you know of this person.
Okay.
But there's one person on the show. It's this couple. Her name is Brianna and Bill. Do you know Bill Hutchinson? This might be wrong. Bill Hutchinson. He is a Dallas real estate developer. He has over $100 million in net worth. Yeah, he's like all over Dallas. He's a big deal in real estate in Dallas. Okay, you don't know him, but
I don't know him.
So he was going to this Mexican restaurant and he saw this woman. She was like this server or hostess, I think. And he saw her, and he was interested, and so he kept on going and going and going.
Okay, pause. Because I'm trying to understand the show. So they already know each other when they're being filmed?
Yeah, they know each other.
So they've been dating.
Yeah. So
okay.
So they met. Basically, he met her at a restaurant, and he kept pursuing her, and now they're living together and dating. So it's been 1 year, and so now I think at 1 year they're recording their life. So she's living in this huge mansion. And she's 21 years old. 21. So this age gap, so he's 60 and she's 21. And throughout this, I've just seen the first episode. She talks about, and you can comment on this, she talks about having to acclimate to his lifestyle of rich friends. And so there was just one part in the show where...
Is she dumb?
She's not dumb. She's just young.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's not experienced with things and with money and like society. And so he's really pushing her to like really meet his friends, and they finally meet his friends. And the friends are like, "Are you just marrying him for money?" And you're so young. And so my question for you, like and she also was like, "Oh my gosh, throughout the whole show she was nervous because
did she know he had money when they first started dating?
Well, I think the first few dates she did not, but then her friend Googled him, and then she was like, "Hey, look at this guy. This is the guy you're dating, and he's like worth a ton of dough." But if you were in her shoes, meeting people for the first time that were just wealthy, like how would you feel? Because she was very like quiet on the show.
I probably would be the same.
Yeah.
I'm trying to feel out the room.
Yeah. And at one point, like his friends, they seemed pretty cool, but they were like just badgering her with questions. And
oh, yeah, I'd have a panic attack
she like
in the
literally
middle of the room.
left. She left the table, and like he he went over to get her, and he was like, they're only jealous because they're not as good looking as you.
No, that's not it.
But if you look at this couple, it's like, oh my gosh, it's just night
and day.
Night and day.
So you really think that they're in love?
That's what they say over and over again.
You think they're trying to convince themselves?
I don't even know. But so the whole point of the show is at the end they propose to each other and get married.
Oh.
And I don't know if all of the couples actually get married, but they show clips of them preparing for the wedding and this and that.
So at the end of the show, this happens.
So
is it one couple per show?
No, there's 6 couples. So there's another couple that's in Dallas, and her name is...
Are they all in Dallas?
No, there's just 2. But I think half of the show was filmed in Dallas, basically.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting if you're from Dallas. But this other couple, the name is Katie Hamilton. Josh Hamilton, remember?
Daughter?
No, not the daughter, but
Wait,
the wife.
the wife?
What that was on like the OC.
Yeah, she was in the Real Housewives of OC because she was friends with Megan King and Edmonds.
Correct. So she looks smoking hot.
She's 37. Also friends with Heather Dubrow.
I guess so. Yeah, but
no,
I remember,
I know this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know this person, and so Katie Hamilton. They moved back because he used to play for the Angels and they broke up.
Yeah, but I thought that. Okay, you're right because the divorce was in Tarrant County. You're right. Okay.
Yeah. So they broke up. And then, so now obviously she's on this TV show.
Right.
And so she has a daughter, which she's very attractive, obviously, because, they're good looking people.
They are.
But her daughter is a model in LA, and she's trying to follow her modeling career. But her daughter has a BFF that's around his same age, around 20.
Okay.
And so the daughter went off to LA, but the friend, the friend would hang out at the house whenever she was here in Dallas, and her BFF started dating her mother.
Her best friend was a guy?
Best friend was a guy.
Okay, you didn't clarify that. Okay.
Best friend was a guy, and then after her daughter went off to LA, they kept hanging out somehow. I don't know how that happened, but
oh my gosh.
So
sorry, I'm trying not to be judgmental, but that's so
weird.
I'd be so mad if that happened.
Yeah. So Katie Hamilton, that is 37,
Yeah.
and the guy, his name is Colton. He's 23 years old, friend of the daughter named Julia. And so at the end of the show, Katie talks to her daughter and gives her the story, and the daughter is so surprised. She's like, "How could you?"
She's mad, right?
Yeah, she's mad.
Yeah.
She's like, "This is so weird. Colton could be my stepdad."
It puts you in this weird space. This is my best friend that could be my stepdad, and you're I would be you're dating someone that's my age. This could be your kid too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But at the same time, if you look at it from Katie's perspective, you're like, you go, girl.
I know, but
you're torn.
But she's still held up. But the Colton guy, there's a lot of good-looking guys in Dallas.
And
Come on.
Is he not?
No, I'll show you the picture later. But he's just this grunge guy.
Does he just doesn't look like he showers?
No, he just from 1 to 10. I'm not good at rating guys, but he's probably a 4. Yeah.
Oh.
And Josh Hamilton is
on the show too.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
Josh Hamilton is a good looking guy.
Yeah, good looking guy.
I mean, I'd rate him at a 7, I guess.
Yeah. So. But my thing is, there are a lot of good looking guys in Dallas, and I don't know why she's talking to this guy. But anyway, so if you can tell where the show is going, I mean, I'm guessing they're gonna or at least try to get married.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, I just pulled up what he looks like.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. And then there's another couple. I'm gonna move off Katie and Colton. The name is Gentile and Brian.
Oh gosh, he spells Colton with a K.
Yeah, with a K. So if you look up other people on the show, Gentile and Brian. So Gentile, she's the woman, and she is a real estate investor. I think in Nevada or something.
She's so pretty.
But she is.
Sorry, Kate. I'm still stuck on Katie Hamilton.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Gentile and Brian. So she's this.
He's a rapper. Colton's a rapper.
He's a rapper.
Sorry.
Okay, can we get off?
I'm sorry. It's just okay. What's the other person's name?
Well, hold on. So let me go back to Katie before I continue. So Katie and Colton that you're looking at, to me when you watch this show, it seems like a mother and son dynamic. Yeah, it just doesn't seem right. I don't see them being like romantic in any way possible. It's just so weird. And think about it, they're probably having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that man bun. God.
And then the daughter of Katie, Julia, was like, I think Colton will probably want to have kids in the future.
Yeah.
And Katie was like, well, you know, I might want to have kids too. That's just so weird talking about that with your daughter about her friend. It's just kind of weird. Anyways, there's a couple more couples, Gentile and Brian. They're the same age, but they're just it's just different in income, right? She has so much money, and he's like a contractor. He's like a construction worker, right? She said something about how she makes $1 million per transaction, and he probably makes like 40 or 50K. It's just different. And then there's another couple, Drew and Rosie. Drew's like 39 and Rosie's 21, and the dude just like owns a construction company, but just showers her with gifts, and she loves it and she eats it up. So, that's this show. I think, guys, if and gals, if you like this type of reality TV show, I think it's really interesting. And plus, if you're from Dallas, you might want to watch this show. But it's really cool. So, I've talked about these couples here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kathy.
So,
let's rebound with a different man, please.
So, Emma, what do you think about the success of these couples? Do you think they're going to be successful or not? And I'm just talking maybe
two
general.
out of the 4 couples that you mentioned could be successful.
Yeah.
The last 2 you mentioned.
The last 2. Yeah, the last 2 I think will be more successful because one is similar in age, 44 and 48, maybe. And then the other one, it's I don't know. You have to watch the show.
I love that it's kind of like the power dynamic is different of like the woman makes more money than the man, and how like that goes kind of against the norm of what we're used to.
Yeah, it is.
Ow.
But the science says that no matter age gap does not make a difference. You are equally successful whether or not you're 21 and 60 or 44 and 48.
And I believe that, but I feel like with that first couple that you mentioned, like she might be a little bit more insecure with herself and like sort of questioning the relationship. And then I think that's what's going to cause like a strain. Like you feeling insecure or like feeling like you're not good enough for whatever reason.
Yeah, because if you have a partner who is just buku of money,
right,
has like 10 cars, and you're a general contractor, which that's a fine career, but it's just a different lifestyle, totally different lifestyle, right? So yeah, I can see that. And then some research I found is that many people assume that age gap couples fare poorly when it comes to relationship outcomes, but some studies find the relationship satisfaction reported by age gap couples is higher. So satisfaction, some studies say that the satisfaction is higher for different age gap couples. These couples seem to report greater trust, commitment, and lower jealousy than similar age couples. That's interesting, right?
That is interesting.
Yeah, and then the last fact here, Emma, over 3/4 of couples where younger women are partnered with older men report satisfying romantic relationships. Thoughts? Thoughts, right? I mean, it's what? Why are Emma smiling and gathering her thoughts? Because,
I think part of that is like, unfortunately, a lot of men that are our age, Zorric, are no longer chivalrous. They're like our gender norms are breaking, and I think that sometimes with the older men, they grew up where these gender norms were very important. You had to take these roles, right? And so they are like sort of fulfilling these roles that they've created, these stereotypes. You know, that's what they're doing. So I do think that kind of feeds into that more, where it's kind of like they get to be the ones that are like maybe more like loving or affectionate, or they're the ones that are providing, and versus like now, like we look at it more like equals, right? So it's kind of like we don't really know what the roles for each of us are supposed to be, but I think with that age difference, like the role is a little bit more kind of
clear.
defined.
Yeah, definitely. Like someone's the provider and whatever.
And
So-
you know, this is what is expected of you if we get married or in a relationship. This is what I would like. This is what I want. This is what you want me to be, right? Like,
yeah.
it's a little bit more defined.
So, okay, let's say, so there's a couple here where the woman is just so much more well off than the man. How would you feel if would you want the man to still take the lead of the relationship? Because you being so successful and wealthy, you probably are a type A and
Right.
always taking. So how would you want him to take the lead instead?
I would think that you would, but I think that it would be difficult for you to give up that power. But I think that there's times when like you have to be able to balance yourself out. You can't always be in control because I think that's what breaks the relationships. It's like one person's always in control without like actually balancing it out.
Yeah. And there, on this show, you do see the power dynamic, even with the man and
Really?
the 60-year-old and the female.
Are you seeing like more males being in the power role, or is it dependent on the relationship?
It depends on who has the money from this first episode, but I haven't seen the rest of the season, so it's interesting. Another. I want to get your take on something else here. A factor that does impact on the relationship outcomes of age gap couples is their perceptions of social disapproval. Like your mom, you're dating a guy who's 60. And your mom says, I don't know, Emma, I don't know. So the research is saying that this disapproval is affecting the success of some of these relationships.
Oh yeah, no, that's unfortunately, I will be like personally, like that does affect my relationships. I care about too much what people think.
Yeah, so if people in age gap couples believe their family, friends, and wider community disapprove of their union, then relationship commitment decreases and the risk of breakup increases. And that's so shitty, right?
It is super shitty.
Yeah.
I get mad about it that I like allow this to happen, but like,
yeah,
it happens.
So one last thing to mention is that let's say you're 20. Let's say you're 30 and he's 20. If you're in different phases of your life, like for example, a 20-year-old is trying to find themselves in their career, whereas a 30-year-old is already probably mostly set, right? They're saying that does have to do with it. Whereas like if someone was 53 and 63, it wouldn't even matter because you're in the twilight of your career. So that's the third thing they say that will negatively impact an age gap relationship. So, in other words, in general, it's kind of there's kind of I guess conflicting information here, but
I all think it just depends on the people.
It does.
too.
It does. That's my point is just it depends on every situation. Like we can swear up and down about this research, but
I swear if you start dating a 20-year-old, like I won't talk to you.
But I'm 22, so it doesn't matter.
I guess.
You guess. So what does this mean to everyone out there dating, Emma? Like what did you gather from all this information? Because guys, I did not prep Emma for any of this, so I'm trying to just get her take on the fly.
20-year-olds shouldn't marry rich guys.
Why?
30-year-olds should.
Oh my gosh. What else?
That's what I got.
That's all you got?
And have clear, like, well, not have clear roles, but like know your expectations of the other person. Like, you do need to have that conversation, and you have to be like somewhat, like, you have to have that conversation with the person of like, this is what I would expect of you. Is this what you expect of me? Like, what do you expect of me? Because if you don't have those like roles at least outlined, then you're both like stepping on each other's toes.
I also see that maybe you should be open up your age range on Tinder, Emma. Make it wide. Make that shit wide.
It's wide for older, but not for younger.
Like you said, what, 14 years or something like that?
One down,
What?
like 10 up or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Or 15 up. One down, 15 up.
Okay.
Would you ever date anyone younger than your brothers?
Well, my brother's like 30, so it's fine. Is that not an answer? I think,
No.
Well, I mean, I'd say 10 years is my max. So
Up
like
or down?
Down.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 years because when people are in their 20s, they're still kind of finding themselves.
Yeah, because you don't have a prefrontal
too.
cortex either, so you're just like an idiot until like it's developed.
Mm-hmm. And think of what's her name again? Not Haley. Hamilton. Katie Hamilton dating this guy that's 23.
He just looks like a bum.
Yeah, he looks like a bum.
And maybe that's what she needs, though, at this moment.
She needs a rebound, maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe this is what it is. This is her, like, public rebound.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. He's a rapper, y'all.
He's a freaking rapper.
Oh.
Okay, so that's all I have.
Nothing against rappers, but...
Nothing against Drake or whoever it is. Post Malone or... Nothing against them.
I love Posty.
Nothing against them. But okay, so the moral of the story is, everyone out there, age doesn't really matter. It just depends on the situation and all that jazz. Okay, so next week, I don't know, Emma. I'll mention this. I have not mentioned this to you, but apparently Emma is a matchmaker.
Oh yeah, I'm a drunk matchmaker.
And we had some event, and she'll report her findings next week.
Okay.
Right.
I will follow through or follow up.
Do you have any updates?
I have not received any, but I also have not asked for any.
So please text them.
Part of me was like, do I even want to ask at this point? Am I still friends with these people?
You're still friends. I would say text them next week and just say, hey, is there any update on what happened and all that? Word to Big Bird. Okay. Anything? Any parting thoughts?
No.
You sure?
I'm really sad about the OG of the OC, but I'm also kind of relieved about the OG of the OC.
I'm sure they'll have some very funny.
Shannon Medore's still going to be on it.
Oh, I like Shannon. Yeah, we don't like Shannon.
No, I like Shannon.
I like Shannon too. Okay. So again, the Lifetime channel is our favorite show because of Kale.
Who?
Kale.
What?
You know Kale.
No.
You know who he is. You know.
Thompson?
No. There's only one Kale, and not the vegetable. The person.
Actually, no. A Kale.
Who?
I don't want to say he's my cousin because he's like not my cousin, but we're like technically family.
Kale who?
I can't say his last name.
Oh, okay.
Just know his last name starts with an E.
Okay. All right, everyone. Have a great week. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Date Podcast. Please subscribe and review if you liked what you hear. Send us an email at hello@datepodcast.com for any questions, comments, or show topics you'd like for us to discuss. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Most importantly, tell your friends about our show.